All right, welcome to Module 2, Types of Costs. Okay, so the point of this module, and the reason we're doing it right now, is a lot of the analysis we're going to do is going to require us to understand really the nature of the underlying costs, because we're going to deal with them differently depending on what kind of a cost they are. Okay, so we're going to focus on 6 main types of costs. I'll go through these in a second. And really be able to understand, for any cost, which buckets does it fall into? Every cost is going to fall into one of each of these 3 things, okay? And that's going to really dictate how we deal with it, all right? So first, fixed versus variable, right? So it's whether or not that cost is going to change depending on if we change the amount that we make or the amount that we sell, right? So this is really important when we're forecasting things for the future. Well, if we think sales are going to go up 30% and production is going to go up 30%, then we need to know, is our cost going to go up 30% same way, right? Well, if it's a variable cost, then yeah, as we make more, the cost will go up. If it's a fixed cost like rent, no. But we need to understand that, otherwise we can't forecast that cost correctly, right? We would come up with gibberish that wouldn't make very much sense. And then we would find ourselves unemployed and sad. Okay, direct versus indirect. This classification is basically going to tell us, like, can I directly assign this cost, or do I need to allocate it? So if you think about, like, if you're paying rent, okay? So if you're paying rent, the actual space that you occupy for your office, like, that's all your cost. But then what about the common areas? What about the hallways? What about the elevators? Right, that's more of a shared cost. And you can't say, well, like, this much of the elevator belongs to me. You just toss it all in one bucket and you split it to all the tenants, right? That's gonna be kind of a direct, indirect situation. All right, and then product versus period. And this one is really critical. They're all important, but this one's really critical because whether something's a product cost or period cost determines if we're gonna expense it right away or if we're gonna capitalize it to the balance sheet until the product is sold. Okay, so a product cost, actually, like, we sit it on the balance sheet till we sell the inventory. A period cost, we're gonna expense it right away. Okay, so if you think about the different ways you can manipulate net income, really important that you get this part right. All right, so I know you're super excited for some more examples, so why don't we jump into this module and we're gonna learn how we can identify what types of costs we're dealing with. All right, see you guys.